All right, let's play some Minecraft. Kind of been wanting to for a little while. I know in the last one, none of it recorded, and then I like died and then just got off. Yeah, here we go. So I guess the plan here is gonna be to just get back to these courts. And I'm sure that'll be quick, and I don't know how Minecraft really works. I don't know if my stuff will have despawned. I hope not. Um, but yeah. That's the plan. That's the deal. We're gonna go do that. Um, I don't know. Things have been all right. Not too much going on, to be real. Uh, I'm kind of becoming more existential and self-critiquing, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but I don't know. Get myself out of like a constant cycle of stimulation, at least. Um, been trying to make an effort to like make friends with people online, through Discords and like Reddit, subreddits, um, and it's just uh why not? I guess have some fun. Okay, -6 7 on the x coordinate and 533 on the z. So I'll just get that z coordinate matched up and then just kind of go. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry this is a little boring here, just kind of running. Okay, turn that off. Um, the honestly, like I haven't really been up to all that much. I I replayed Disco Elysium. That's a peak game right there. Um, it's just like so goated, beautiful, very like gives you optimism about the world. Um, in a way, not like I don't know. It's a good game. I'd recommend that game to anybody. Uh, what I haven't. Oh, let's see. No, I should probably just dig straight down. I haven't really been reading that much. I just finished this one book, The Man with the Compound Eyes, that I talked about in the last video, and then I started reading this short collection. Oh, I went a little too far. Of Russians like stories. It's just Russian short stories. It's just like that's what the name of the book is. It's fun. I was reading it, and there's this one story with this dude who makes 400 rubles a year, which is like nothing, right? Um, and he lives a normal life, works his job, and nobody really asks him to do anything besides copy. Um, and he realizes as the winter season comes along in Russia that his coat doesn't cut it. Like he's had the same coat for years and years, and um, it just doesn't, you know, protect him from the cold. And so he goes to this coat maker and he's like, "Hey, I want to get a new coat." And the first time he goes, the coat maker's like, "Oh, it's gonna be uh, my stuff here." No, so when I disconnected, I probably lost it all, didn't I? Hmm. Let me double check on the chords. 6 7 5 33. Yeah, it should be here. Well, that's too bad. I probably should have hopped on and grabbed it afterwards, but c'est la vie. Um, anyways, what's the point of being in this cave now? I don't have anything to... Well, I could get that iron. Anyway, he gets this new coat, and the tailor, he's like, okay, yeah, the coat's gonna be 200 rubles. That's half his yearly salary. Obviously, he can't afford that. So he comes back to the tailor's when the tailor is drunk, and he's only drunk when his wife isn't home. And he, makes conversation. He's all friendly. He's like, "Hey, we're friends. Like, what's the best you can do?" And then he gets his coat for 75 rubles, I think, which is still a huge amount for him, but it's more reasonable. It's more doable. So he gets his coat and he is in love with it. It's beautiful. Everybody, all of his coworkers finally like notice him and they're like, "Wow, you finally got a new coat." They used to make fun of him for his old one. And um, he it's so funny. He has like his boss, they are like, "Oh yeah, you should have a party for your new coat." But then he knows that he doesn't have the money to do that. He can't afford a party. So his boss is like, "Oh yeah, I'll do a party for like my birthday that's coming up." But it's really just a party for this dude's new coat. So he goes to this party and everybody's all excited and happy, and on his way back home he gets mugged by a group of guys and they steal his coat. And then he's just sitting there in the snow on the ground, freezing to death. I mean, he doesn't actually die. I haven't finished the story. But he's like lost like the only thing in his life that gave him a little bit of joy and purpose. I'm like, wow, that's like really sad. I wonder what happens next, you know? I haven't really read much past that. Um yeah, it's fun. I like short stories a lot just because I feel like, well, I mean, it's a lot lower commitment, right? And like if you don't enjoy it, you're just like, well, you just skip to the next short story. And it's also, I'm sorry that this is so dark, by the way. I wish I could make it brighter. I think I have my brightness on like max though. Yeah, unfortunately. Um, I should probably just get a torch out. Okay, that's a lot better. Um, yeah, it's like very fun. I feel like authors are able to explore certain ideas a lot more and have these really punchy uh scenes, you know. I think that's also like partially why there is a pretty strong transition from, watching movies to watching television, right? It's because in a television episode you can like explore so much more, because a movie has to kind of feel linear and put together for the general audience at least. Anyway, um I don't know. Let's just wait for this to get going. How much 16 isn't enough to get armor, but I could get some tools back and then go back into that cave, and I'm sure there's some more diamonds. Last time I played this, man, I had a stack and a half of diamonds sitting right here. I got shot by like 3 different skeletons that ran up on me, and a creeper or something from behind. Like, obviously I died. Uh, yeah, but yeah, guess that's how it is. Anyway, um, I'm kind of just waiting around now. I got class coming up in a little bit. I got a test for the Spanish class I'm taking. Like, oh, I really don't want to do that. I don't know. I feel like learning language is something that is like so beautiful and important, 1,000,000%. But man, if I hate it so much. Like, I wish I could be doing anything else. It's especially like I'm lucky too because this class it only meets once a week, but that one day a week that it does meet, it's like 3 hours of just sitting through it. It's rough, 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 rough. And it feels like it always comes back so quick because Guess what? The day after I have class, and then the day after I have work, and then work. Well, I actually, the day after I have class and then work, and then work, class, work, and then bam, back to class again. So, you know, I guess that's just how life is. I feel like I'm too young for my life to be moving as fast as it is, but maybe that's my fault. Maybe I need to stop and smell the roses, stop and take it in. Um, and I don't have enough planks to make a shield. That sucks. I mean, I could always just go back up. But I'm sure there are diamonds down here, so you know. Um, I've been pumping up my music game recently. Been making more playlists, you know. I last night it was so stupid. There's absolutely no point for me to do it too. But I went through all of my old playlists. I think I've in total created about 1,500 playlists in Spotify in the past like 3 years. Just wild. It's more than one playlist a day. And most of them are like, over an hour long. Um, but I was just kind of going through all of it and cleaning all of it up, getting rid of everything. It kind of felt really sad though, because I'm like, oh yeah, like I had a very specific feeling where I was like really connected with this music at one point in time. And not that I like no longer enjoy the music, but I'm like, deleting that connection that I had, I guess. I thought, oh, this is important enough to me that I'm gonna make a playlist. And then the playlist never became anything, and then it ended up getting deleted 3 years later. But I guess that's how it is. I guess that's how I am too, with like art and creating anything at all, to be real. I know that's a pretty normal thing in today's age, anyway. That was bad. That was almost bad. Shoot, come on. Okay, at least we have a lot of diamonds here. Yeah. So, there we go. Okay, this is a really awesome cave. I wish that I wasn't being harassed right now. Alright. You know what? I think I'm kind of good for today. So I think I'm gonna do that. And get this nice little view out there. And log off for today. Short little video, not really talking about anything, but yeah. See ya.